Hey, what's going on? It's CJ Wilson, your host. Here, my boy Larion once again. House Divided recap. This is the recap of all recaps, right? This is pretty much the recap for everybody. Well, we've been looking forward to as far as the year with FSU and Miami. Um, Nonetheless, we're here. The score is 30. What the hell was the score? 36, 39 14, 36 to 14.
Oh, now they don't know scores. Everybody busy now. I
I was
turned on
definitely
the FSU video earlier, and I heard one of the hosts say early, like 3-4 minutes in, I don't have time for this kind of crap. I said, now I will be damned if I'm gonna hear a Florida State fan tell y'all always got time.
That one and 7 sinking in.
Yeah.
36 to 14.
Now all of a sudden, people have bigger and better things to do, which has always been a Miami trope. Like that's just what we do.
Family man,
Shit
bro.
ain't good.
Gotta do family stuff.
Yeah. now it's shit bigger than football. You wouldn't understand. I'm a grown man about mine. You know what I'm saying? It's just a game. You know? I know how it is. I feel you.
Right.
Yeah, responsibility is
14, man.
key this time of year, man. I know how it is, man. I've been on that side. I'm still on that side. That's I've always been that way. But I'm gonna try to catch
I've been that way too,
no
though. Outside, I'm always been that way too. Of course, I give them time and talk my shit, this, that, and third. But I'm outside of the game. I be chilling and moving on to other stuff or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, so pretty much the game went how I thought it would go. As far as the defense gave some trouble, offense couldn't do anything at all. The only spark we had on offense was a little fluke, 50-yard QB sneak from Luke. I mean, yeah, just like I thought. I feel like the defense. I feel like defense played well enough in the past game to give FSU a chance. I like how Cam played too. He wasn't his typical self and tried to force certain things. And maybe the message, and I'm pretty sure the message was all week, man. Listen, take what they give you, this, that, and third. Chill. We don't have to be Superman and lose the game in that way because they don't have enough firepower at all to beat us offensively, which makes good sense. Our weak defense is the run defense, and you guys did a pretty good job with that. We didn't really. It was more the same for FSU. Don't break in the run game until like the last 4 minutes or so when y'all broke y'all start running down our throats and brought like an 80-yarder. But the run defense was still vanilla. But overall, the game pretty much went how I expected it to go.
Yeah,
I said it to go on the show. Go ahead, bro.
I thought Mario decided, look, we're just gonna win in a vanilla fashion. We just got to win. We had a huge recruiting week. I think there was like 150 or so supposedly. Of course that number can't be completely accurate, but a very, very large number of recruits out. So I thought the game could have gotten uglier, but they just kept it super duper plain. We didn't attack the edges at all, like in the running game. That was something I anticipated some.
They didn't have to.
Yeah, they just decided to keep it up the gut. A lot of little quick screens. We didn't take a lot of shots. It was just, and that's credit to Florida State defense. I'm not going, totally discredit them. They did a lot of things that leaned into keeping it simple. But I will give them guys.
There was a best secondary y'all had. They'll actually challenge the receivers in certain situations. That's
Virginia Tech had a pretty good corners as well. But yeah, I give y'all the edge. It's just the opportunities. I don't think really was there, but I don't think we took a lot of shots either. Did a good job bracketing Restrepo at a lot of points in the game, making sure he kind of was that he had he gonna end up leaving Miami without ever really. As good as he gonna be in our record books.
Can't give up 30 yards, man.
He never had a Florida State game really.
That is crazy to be the all-time leading receiver in. I think this is 4 years, right now 3.
4.
Five.
Might be 5. Yeah, 5 actually. But you got to kind of consider too how much he played in his earlier seasons.
Yeah, so we'll just say 3 years or so. Yeah, it is pretty crazy to be the all-time lead receiver in Miami history, not really doing things against Florida State.
Yeah, but, y'all held him in check. I think 4 catches, around 40 yards, something of that nature. Nothing too crazy, but I knew the defense You guys played y'all style. You manned up, and you got the speed to keep up on the outside. So, we played the slant game a little bit. You Isaiah Horton across the middle to try to get a couple of those. A lot of quick screens, just like working the ball in a slow, methodical method. Running the ball, eating up clock.
And there was also times where I felt like y'all took 3 and just put points on the board. When in other games, Mario may have pressed a little bit because the defense wasn't really that good and kind of go for some 4th downs and just get 3, which I would have too, because like I said, our offense, it doesn't scare anybody. Like it is so damn bad. And I really hated for those guys on defense. So they're not a great defense by any stretch of the imagination. They're solid. They do enough to win.
Yeah.
They're better than 1-7. They're way better than 1-7. They do enough to win certain games. So I just felt like him taking those threes and a lot of those situations, just adding points, 2-score leads and things like that instead of trying to get touchdowns. Because like I said, if you miss one of those 4th downs and we just so happen to get lucky on a touchdown, then it's a game, this, that, a third. But you keep adding those points and you make it 2-score games. What are the odds, Florida State scoring those 2 times, right? So just keep adding those points to keep chipping away at it.
Yeah, as a Miami fan, I went to the game. I was sitting down in the East End Zone. We was disappointed as a fan base because, we want to stump y'all out. We took that whooping a few years back.
Yeah, 45-3, motherfucker. That shit won't be touched. Yeah.
I mean, what's funny? I think both of us, the actual record, I have to look it up, is 47-0, both sides.
27 what now?
47-0. Both sides had that at one point. I got to double check that, but I think somewhere in the history books, like probably way back.
I think the biggest win margin was the 2
42-point wins.
Yeah,
we won 52-10, and y'all won 45.
Was at home though. That was like the biggest home loss or some shit.
Maybe, some of that nature. Either way, it was just like from a fan perspective, we wanted an exciting Cam Ward, full touchdown type performance, really just airing it out. And instead, we got the game that most people thought Mario was going to have all year, where it was going to just be, handed off, cloud of dust, tough running up the middle with these 2 big running backs and supplemented with the pass game. It was a lot more of that kind of style game. So from a fan perspective, it was a boring game. Like, you take the W, it's a rivalry, kind of completely dominating the game. The game was never in question. But this was a bad Florida State team. Like I say, not because of defense. The defense at least keeps you competitive, but the fact that the offense just isn't going to really give you any spark.
These are some numbers.
Go ahead.
That I mentioned on the last show, but it's just fucking crazy to that is this bad. So the scoring offense, so it's 133 FBS teams, right? They're 132nd in scoring offense, 131st in total offense, 131st in third down offense, 130 in rushing offense, 131 in pass offense.
Yeah, I mean, historically bad. Historically bad. Nothing could set anybody up to anticipate it will be that type of a thing, this type of a season. And, it is what it is at this point. Y'all completely understand, what y'all are, what this season going to be. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find 2 more wins. I mean, you got Charleston Southern.
Probably the best opportunity maybe this weekend at Charleston Southern.
And so then after that, I mean, I guess anything could happen with the Gators game, I guess, But outside of that, it's looking rough. I see my man Cam Ward Heisman hit, took a big hit, DBU. Oh, I mean, it wasn't
not that shit down, baby. You taking our victories.
There you go, moral victory.
You taking our victories.
Held them in check. Yeah, I give you that though. I give you that. Y'all did hold them in check, but I thought we was kind of, for lack of a better term, man, we was kind of pussy in how we called that game. I was like, man, let's bust their head a little bit, but it's like you say, he's a narrative guy, And the key was, remember at the end of the game, Mario said,
You try
now
to turn up a little bit.
all recruits in-state, out-of-state can see the trajectory of these programs. So he wanted to be like, there's no question about who the best team in the state is right now. So I'm like, yeah, but you probably could have did that and had some fun too, man. That was probably the most boring game we
took
had this
advantage of
year.
that, and I like that. But that shit, and he did what he's supposed to do with that comment. That shit just pissed me off because Mike should have been saying that, beating his damn chest. Right after that Florida game, we went 10-3. We beat y'all 45-3. He should have mentioned that shit. Right after, like, he's the narrative master, and there's certain shit you got to do, man. And that's the right thing to do, in my damn opinion. You build them that damn momentum and you vocalize it, to these cats. And I feel like it's something Mike did. It's so many. We really could have took this shit and ran with it, but we didn't. As far as, the lead with the state recruiting, all that type of deal, and that goes back on coaches. But certain messages he could have stated, like that one, for instance, especially last year. Like, he really could have, hey, I didn't, this shit, the proof is in the pudding. X money whipping these two schools. Why not this? That type of deal. So I do. He's the master of narratives, and he took advantage of the opportunity with that one, and I was shit. And he was strong in his message too.
Yeah. And, I know people. I'll address this too. The Cam Ward is all we got. That don't make sense, y'all. Cam Ward didn't light y'all up, and we won the game. You missing a lot of things. So that's why we won that game. But this team isn't composed strictly of Cam Ward. Cam Ward ain't take Washington State 10-2 last year. He came in for a reason too. We got our deficiencies, absolutely. The defense could definitely be stepping up better. I'm not crazy about the O-line pass protection at certain times. And Cam at times has his own, his own issues with every once in a while being reckless, holding the ball a little too long at times. You take the bitter with the sweet, but this guy is far from perfect. In his own right. So what you got is, it's a team that's been constructed. Most of our contributors they come from high school ranks. They've been with us. Yeah, we brought in a couple of transfers. That's the name of the game. Everybody doing that. But it's just, you got to have a nice balance of the two. So what we got going as of right now, I don't see, you can't predict an immediate downfall because you got high school recruiting rankings that say that should be sustained some of that. Now we're gonna see, like everybody else. But to think that it's just a one and done and it's over with, I think that'd be a little bit ignorant. Because then all of a sudden, bringing in talent don't matter no more, and that's just never been the name of the game. So we'll see. We'll see exactly how it go. Yeah, y'all lost Travis and a lot fell down, but it was way deeper than just Travis. It was way deeper than just Jordan Travis. And you just got to. First off, and I ain't going to go off in a tangent, Mike got to recruit bigger classes. Classes are too small. 17 guys, 18 guys, and then you miss on 7 of them. Well, you in some shit. And you gotta remember now too, we got 105. We got 105 scholarships now. So now more than ever is the time to really take flyers on guys that you may see some development. That you could pull out of a particular player or a body type that you like. That you can like. You know what? I think we can chisel that rock and get it to be something more. The QB for next year for us, shout out Peter. QB for next year for Miami would probably be, I don't know. We won't go back in the portal. They like Emory, but I think they'll probably bring in some competition.
Y'all bring that Emory shit back to Doak. That shit gonna be baked chicken.
Emory almost beat y'all last year.
It was 9-23. Emory didn't almost beat us. No shit.
Still was working.
He said, let's recap that game because I was never, just to talk about that real quick, I was never threatening that game because y'all couldn't pass the 50. Like, y'all scored 10 points in the second half. Remember the first, for whatever, I don't know why, what Mike wanted to make a send a message or whatever, but I don't know why, but y'all couldn't really drive. Our defense was playing great. He went for the onside damn kick and missed, and y'all ran for like a first down with Fletcher, got like 15 to 20 yards, boom, y'all in field goal range, got 3, and then the shot Emory for taking that 3rd and 10, like we was about to run away with that game, but then he just threw that bitch up, and I don't know what the hell Kevin Noles was thinking. and ended up being an 80-yard touchdown for George. And those are the only two times that within that second half that when it
I'm
crossed the
talking
50.
shit.
The game was
I
close
tell
on
people.
paper. He wasn't making the plays downfield.
No, I agree. I tell people all the time, I'm not an Emory Williams fan. I don't dislike him. I just don't know enough about him. To my understanding, the staff likes him, but he hasn't played really much at all this year.
Emory. What about the was it Albany? What y'all got a FCS transfer?
Yeah, he'll be back next year too.
Okay, so you got him.
Coffin Barber. Yeah, he played a little bit.
That's it.
And you got Luke Nickel, be the incoming freshman.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. I feel like I'm forgetting a name. But I mean, none of irregardless.
So
I still think we go back to the portal. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we go back to the portal. Even if they like Emory, you still got to bring one more in.
That opens up a conversation because you got Cam Ward now. Okay, and you kind of can showcase. First of all, it's gonna be Cam fans that's gonna be trying to claim Cam Ward in the draft and all that type of shit. That was telling us, bro, we couldn't claim Jared Verge, Braden Fitz, Keon Coleman, and all them boys. I can see it now, bro. They go try, Cam Ward, Miami. This all I can see it now. Stick with it. I don't care which one it is. Just stick with it.
How about this? Will they claim you? That's the question. Will they claim you?
That's a good question.
That's the bigger thing to me.
And I can see how Miami being a destination spot for a quarterback in the portal as well too. So that's going to be interesting to kind of watch. I do think it's too early to tell. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, you be getting ahead of yourself a little bit, but I mean, it could be some interesting names next year too. You could be looking at Quinn Ewers. I don't know if he's coming back next year to Texas. I think they may be handing the reins over to Quinn Ewers. I don't know. He might want one more year because he was a little banged up this year. And then now, like, they might be handing out the man, and he might want to have one more year to kind of reestablish his stock. I'm not saying for sure, but I could kind of see a situation like that. I might advise him to maybe do one more year if I was in his corner. Like, let's just kind of get your stock back where it was, because he was a first round lock.
You could play that Cam Ward game, and
you could do some of that, right?
Test the waters a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. If I'm him, I don't know if I'm leaving to go to the league. I'll probably leave Texas because, like I say, they probably just ready to hand the keys to Manning at this point. And then obviously you got Lagway in Florida, see how that situation play out. So there'll be some interesting names, I think, in the portal next year, and then it's going to be on these schools to get out there, and that's kind of one of the big parts of the Cam Ward campaign. They push for the highs and all that stuff because you got to try to secure your next quarterback, and you can say, look what we did over here. And people tend to like to see the product happen before and see if they could get it to repeat again. So, but we'll be back in the portal to answer that question, I guess, essentially. Now who it ends up being, that's, we'll find all that out once we get that far ahead down the road. But anything you like out of the QB play from y'all?
I like what I saw of Luke a little bit. The thing with FSU is, and I said on the last damn pod, just some of the stuff I liked on offense. O-line was bad, of course. Luke was okay. We're asking these quarterbacks to be the best player on offense, which shouldn't be the damn case. We got to have a true freshman quarterback that got to be the best player on offense. And it was like a 3rd and 4. We was actually driving before the half, and Luke was making some good stuff. And Mo Smith, the center, threw the ball in the dirt. Luke tried to pick it up, and it was a 3rd and 4. We threw an out route to Landon Thomas. He ended up overthrowing Landon Thomas, who was wide ass open in the flats. If we have a center who's in the 6th year within the program, actually get it to the quarterback, he catches that shit in their motion, and it's an easy toss and throw. As far as it being in rhythm, he can make that throw. So that was one of my biggest issues. Like, the help around these guys just isn't good. The receiver room, and what's wild about it, we had so many plays available to make against Miami. Like, the shit was there. I posted a picture on the timeline earlier of a run play that was like blocked up perfectly. Like, it was a play where I mean, the hole was so damn big, bro. It's crazy. But Keziah Holmes ended up being. I tweeted, you guys think it's a 5-yard gain, a touchdown, or a loss in the play, depending on what you see right here. If you look at it, you would think it's a damn touchdown. Should have been end up being a tackle for loss. Like if you have, it's crazy, bro. You can't scheme it up any better and block it up any better. That's all O-line is atrocious. But the one time they do get the shit right, the damn back's not. So when I say everything is bad, we don't have elite running backs that can break tackles and make those type of plays. O-line is just not good at really run block or pass block. Quarterbacks young and really can't read. Just don't have a feeling. To be honest with you, I think Luke may be the only one that really got like that can be like that. Brock, I've seen enough to see. I think he'd be average. It's still kind of early to tell, so I want to throw that out. But receivers are all time bad as well. So then you had a tight end in Morlock who's been dropping passes left and right, and behind him is a bunch of freshmen. So you add all that together, you really have a bad fucking offense. Like it's no position that's good. Like it's no position that's not even good. There's no position that's even mid average. Like it's none. But you
the crazy thing,
Go ahead.
My bad. I don't know who was in at QB, but y'all actually had one play, and I couldn't see it on TV. I rewatched the game on TV when I came back and watched it yesterday.
And you look his way.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that was. I said, I know that hurt, bro.
Oh, I remember that play. It was like a drive or series or two right before the half.
I mean, you can't get no more.
So that's what I'm saying. Like it was points was available for Miami, but we're just not a good day. And I told you this before. Like they're just not good. And I don't think Miami defense is good. You've seen teams that be on the score on y'all, in multiple ways. But like I said, you see us, when you play against us, it'd be the 0-1 Ravens. But you rewatch certain stuff like, damn, that really could have been if they'd have did this or they'd have did that. And that's pretty much the story of FSU's offense throughout this year. I know it's frustrating to Mike because granted, I've been questionable about his play calling. His play calling can be better in a lot of situations, but there's been a lot of shit that he's, drawing up for these guys to be open. There's drops, missed blocks, just a combination of all type of deal. And so that goes back to talent acquisition, which is our biggest fucking problem. Talent acquisition, recruiting, all that type of deal. You got to bring better players in. That starts with recruiting. That starts with coaches that can recruit. So it all goes back down to coaching and, being able to acquire talent and bring it in. Yes, we've been amazing within the portal these last, 3 years or so prior.
Right.
This year, you hit a dud. You lost out. So you took the L in the portal and you don't recruit great in high school. And this is the damn, recipe, the output that you have. Granted, you shouldn't be 1-7 or 1-8 at any point in time at any fucking Big 3 school, like at all. But this is what we have. This offense is historically bad. Defense is okay, but it's not great. And they're going to get whooped in certain situations. And then, you just got a bad product.
The defense is damn near great considering
the offense, right?
Today's modern ball.
It was a bunch of fourth and shorts he went for against y'all. They gave y'all some short fields to where he could have punted that bitch. So we're asking these motherfuckers to be damn Superman and put them in some crazy damn situations. The turnovers against Duke, like it's just like you said, we're putting them. It's not a Superman damn defense, but they're put in Superman damn situations all the fucking time. It's crazy.
And they all credit to them, man. They give it a good fight for as much as they can. People say they don't see fight on that team or whatever, and I'm like, well, I mean, I saw fight and effort defensively for sure against us. But again, you got to have help at some point. Right. Something else got to happen. Somebody else got to pick up the rock and run with it. So when it's just a one-sided affair, if you look at just down the schedule, it wasn't like everybody bust your head wide open. You did great defensively against Duke, but it wasn't no help. So no help. I mean, that's just going to be the end result. Every phase of the game got to help each other. The crazy part is y'all got one of the nation's best punters, one of the nation's best kickers. A defense that's holding teams to 20, let's say 25 even, in modern football. You'll take that. You'll take that in modern day college football. 25 points, hey, I live with that. But you have an offense that is so inept that eventually everything else gonna crumble down around it. It
Yeah.
got all three hands got to work in unison to get this thing done. And if it ain't working, it's gonna fall apart. Because I seen plenty of games in the Manny Diaz era, even where just a punt or two here. You're like, a punt? Yes, a punt. If a motherfucker don't punt the ball nowhere, or he's punting it 12 yards, or a kicker is missing, give me 35-yard field goals. These are the little things that add cumulative damage. But y'all can't say y'all really got that. You got the other two phases. At least good enough. At least damn good enough. That is amazing that the offense could be this bad. And it's always funny to me when you got wide receivers who can't catch. And it's like, huh? This is your number one job. But I've been there. I remember that. I remember hearing in them camps. We have a lot of drops. I'm like, oh shit. Drops? What are we doing? I mean, that's simplest part of your game. And it's just not happening.
On this level. Like, come on now.
At this point, I need you catching the football. More than not. I mean,
you're talking about P5 football.
Right. It's just the standard that's got to be there. But
University of Florida, University of Miami, like, we talking about catching. We're not talking about circus catches, mossing motherfuckers, head topping bitches, and all that shit. We're talking about
slants.
Right. Routine shit.
Yeah. Over the shoulder catch. This is what you've been doing your whole life.
Right.
But I guess, the summation of that game, man, it was probably one of the more lackluster games in this rivalry in a while, even though we, covered the spread and won by 20. I wouldn't call it like a fun, just beat down game, like y'all caught us a couple of years back. It was just a W, and you take it and we move on to the next opponent. We got Duke on the horizon. And then who y'all got this week?
Carolina, the Battle of the Carolinas.
Carolina?
Yeah, North Carolina.
Oh, UNC. Oh, damn. UNC. Oh, okay. All right.
Matt Brown, former FSU player, former FSU coach. It's crazy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought Matt was UNC. I didn't know he played for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, so Matt Brown, former FSU player and coach. But I was saying, she lost my damn train of thought just that quick. He's never. It's going to be a home game. He never beat FSU as a coach. He played in 5 games and 3 seasons at Florida State and earned his degree in sports management.
The more you know. Oh, you talking about the wrong damn Mac Brown? Talking about Mackenzie Brown or some shit?
I'm talking about Michael Brown, motherfucker.
I'm like, hey, that's some shit. I never knew Mac Brown was around UNC. That's funny.
Yeah, it's crazy. He did play. I was trying to get a little bio on him, but it's all good.
Okay.
But no, he never beat Florida State as a college coach or whatever. Yeah, he played running back, Vanderbilt and FSU. Played for FSU in 1972. Dog had 31 touches for 98 yards. And then he came back and became an assistant coach. Yeah, he's never beaten Florida State before as a former coach. And Mike it's the year of history for Mike. First time we 1-7. First time we lose to damn Duke. Might be the first time Matt Brown get a dub against Florida State. But again, Carolina hasn't been great. This should have been subpar. But again, my offense has been bottom barrel and worst off, one of the worst offenses ever. Then I wouldn't think it could be a problem, especially our defense. But they do have a really good running back. And is it Hampton? Carolina has a really good running back in Hampton, one of the better running backs in the ACC. So that does give me some concern, especially with our running game and how that's been going, rather, with Miami doing their thing. So Hampton is one of the better running backs in the ACC. They have a pretty good pass rush as well too. Quarterback is kind of vanilla, but at the same damn time, we can't stop their run and our offense can't get anything. Then we could very well lose to Carolina. They're a 2.5 point favorite. Shit. It's home. No, it's not homecoming. It's homecoming for FAMU, rather. We'll go get some enjoyment out of this shit. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a damn dog fight, 17-14 FSU. I'm gonna get the dog. Fuck it.
Why not? They ain't been able to move the rock much at all this year. UNC pretty shitty. Matt going out kind of sad. I ain't no UNC fan, but I ain't got nothing against Matt Brown, oddly enough. But
Matt be choked. And that's the thing too. That's gonna be funny as fuck, bro. Because if he get this fucking win,
oh man,
Mike, Mike, you can't let this motherfucker. You can't let this motherfucker get
he
this
gonna sell
win,
out.
bro.
He gonna
Right?
sell
Because
out.
he that damn 50.
Hey.
Matt gonna give you the first fucking handshake and jack your ass up like you got 170 as it is. You can't lose this damn game because you're gonna become a meme when Matt Brown get a hold of your ass, man. I'm telling you, man, he gonna jack your ass up a little bit. When you see the best of them get jacked up at Matt after taking the loss.
Matt don't play that shit. Come here, boy.
Right.
I
Don't fall
see.
victim, Mike.
They say the Duke and UNC game, Manny got him back this year. So I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I got to go back and rewatch the end because
Yeah,
I didn't watch that game, but I'm gonna go and find the full game.
Hit him up a little bit.
Yeah. Pulled him in tight. Yeah, you don't like that shit, do you? Yeah, that's right. Call for your mama.
Yeah, do it, motherfucker. Your little old ass.
You thought I wasn't coming back, didn't you? Yeah, he been whooping Manny ass for a long time. First he fired him, and then he just kept beating his ass. And I'm talking about in historic fashion, man. You know, and speaking of fighting Manny's, we got them coming up, man. I look, you know, this is a bad team offensively. Their team is one, and you got to give them credit.
Really, there's a pinch bet on them offense.
A pinch, a smidgen. Y'all may already have better quarterbacks, which is crazy for a guy that was Murphy was a 4 or 5 star guy, highly recruited, highly touted kind of guy. The weirdest thing about him now is that he don't use his legs, and that's some of the most success y'all had against us with scrambling. Yeah. So if they're going to have any success, he's going to have to, I believe, get outside and scramble some. But it's kind of weird to now put that back into your game. It's kind of we late in the season now. So now at game 9, you're going to try to implement, more scrambling or maybe design runs. It would be wise. I think that's where you could, try to hold the ball and shift some momentum your way on some of those drives. But, they got a decent running back. He's a pretty solid running back. We're doing well against the run in general, though, so that should neutralize some of that. We do fairly well there. Your best chance, to me, is to work the middle of the field some. If he can hit some of those crossing routes, because we don't have some of the speed on the outside, like a Florida State. Our DBs aren't quite as fast and have that ability to keep up. Linebacker play has been good from 31. One has been a little bit of up and down. So you can kind of take advantage. He's actually got like our worst pass coverage grade out of everybody, that's defended X amount of passes for the year. If you go look at the PFF grades, he's got the worst grade. So any opportunity they got would be, to me, get quarterback on the outside, let him scramble, extend some drives, and then try to work the middle of the field somewhat and see if you can, get your tight end involved or just use the crossing routes or whatever. But I just don't think they got the QB for the the accuracy consistently like that.
Pretty much the same situation. Just a solid defense, a really opportunistic. That's one thing their defense does do versus ours. They create more turnovers.
They're riskier.
That's been Manny's MO since he's been in Miami. He's going to try to. He's just an aggressive guy. He's going to try to get the loss and capitalize on turnovers. That might be the only difference in our defense, but I think it's a similar kind of matchup. As far as their defense could give you some challenges, but it just won't be enough. Your offense is going to take advantage and get rolling at some point because their offense just isn't good enough to do shit.
Yeah, I think this would be the Cam Ward Heisman, resurgence game. I think the riskiness that Manny likes to use is going to put him in some bad positions, and I think Cam going to take advantage of that. And then the running game really is just kind of moving in the direction we've been hoping for. So I think this is another 500-yard offensive output. I can see Cam doing something about 325, 3 to 4 touchdowns, and probably 2 or 3 on the ground from the running game altogether. Just because I think the riskiness is going to bite him in the ass. And he kind of can't get away from that too much because I don't think they got the skill to not be as aggressive. Florida State has enough skill on defense to stay in a base defense for a lot of it and not have to take a lot of risk as far as like sending an extra blitzer and whatnot. I don't think Duke has that level of talent right now to where he can kind of adjust, fall back some, and just let the game come to him a little bit and get some stops in that way. So I think, Manny good for this too. Manny good for historic ass whooping. And I think, we might put some numbers up on Manny. He's been doing good so far. Hats off, doing a good job, but he good for one game a year where you just like, what the hell just happened? And I'm thinking it might be us this week. So I think the spread is actually, I think, the same or very similar. 20.5, I want to say. I like us to cover. Again, I think this one will be a little sexier though. I think the score will be up there a little bit more, and it'll be a little bit more flash in this game. I think we win this one something to the tune of maybe 45-13, 16, maybe something like that. They'll get a play here and there. They'll put a drive together, maybe their first scripted one. They'll put a little something together, but I just don't think all in all this team got the firepower. They bowl eligible. I think they kind of blew their load. Like, this is the best you're really going to get out of this team. I think the back half gets rough for them, and I think we kind of start that up, and they got the limp into the bowl season. We'll see how that ends up wrapping up. But
that sounds all right. That's pretty much been Duke even with Elko, the last 3 or so years. We they was a top 15 team, if I'm not mistaken, like one loss when we played them last year. Whooped them up a little bit. Of course, Riley Leonard did get hurt, but whooped them up, and that did, I guess, have some impact. But nonetheless, they did kind of limping. That's bad wording, I guess, to my limp. They struggled towards the end of the season. They limped too, really, with limping.
I tell you what, let's get into the national scene a little bit.
Yeah, jump into it.
Let's see what games we got here. Hold on, my fault. I hit the wrong notes. Okay, here we go. All right, let's see. We got Louisville on the road to face number 11 Clemson. Clemson is 11-point favorites in that game. Over under on that one 63 too. They're expecting a few points.
Game too. Oh yeah, give me. I think Braun will draw some shit up, but at the same time, Cade. People talking about Ken Ward, and rightfully so. But Cade is playing some damn good football, man. Like, he's playing some really good football. Clemson is under the radar. They took their whooping against Georgia. They've been playing some really good football as of late. Yeah, they got that ass whoop early, first game of the season. They're doing pretty well, man. They right where they want to be. Excuse me for hitting the mic. They're right where they want to be. So I'm gonna take Clemson in this one. A night game in Death Valley. That's just gonna be rocking. Give me Clemson.
Yeah, I like Clemson too. I think it might be. I'm hoping so to give me a good bead on because I'm assuming we probably gonna end up playing Clemson. But it's some competition though, depending on because you still got Pittsburgh undefeated out there. Yeah,
I think Clemson plays Pitt at a certain point. It's gonna work out. Clemson plays Pittsburgh at a certain point. Pittsburgh plays SMU this weekend, so we about to get some clarity pretty soon, which we do have on the list as well.
Yeah, long as we don't mess up. But I actually do think Louisville can hang some points. I get that over under 63. I kind of get that. I think it'll be some points hung out there tonight. Clemson does have a really good defense still, though. You know what? I think Clemson kind of rounding out into that playoff mode. I think they're actually going to cover that and beat them boys kind of soundly. I think they're going to end up giving them a pretty sound whooping. They're going to get some points. But, yeah, I think Clemson kind of getting back to Clemson a little bit. So give me Clemson, and I think they cover on that one. And next, we got number 10, Texas A&M on the road to play South Carolina. They are favored by 2.5. That's a night game,
big
too.
Elko, man. Big Elko. Y'all heard that man say he pretty how he called Jim O'Reilly. I say, this ain't no, it's a real fucking program, man. Like, you got no fucking car salesman as a coach up here giving y'all bullshit and all that. I say, motherfucker, we ready. That shit was real, bro. So I'm like, okay.
Hey.
That bitch, we got talent. We've been recruiting talent. Now it's time to whoop some fucking ass, man. So give me Texas A&M.
Look what he's doing with Jimbo guys, and look what Jimbo did with Jimbo guys. I know Florida State fans give me shit about it. I used to say forever.
I would say the same damn thing, though.
Culture for Jimbo is always an issue. It worked out in Florida State. You had enough talent. You got it done.
He got up. That show's on the decline. He got up out of there at the right time.
When things started getting a little, he bailed. He went and brought some more talent because of the money out there and all. But he just didn't cultivate the right thing. When you're talking about people smoking weed in the locker room, man, come on, what was we talking about, man? Ain't nobody care about no smoking no weed, but it's a time and a place for everything. And we got to, locker room, we not serious about nothing.
That's with no respect.
You're right. So yeah, I'm with you. Give me A&M. I think he's done a great job. I've been a fan of what he's been able to do in the last couple of years. The talent's there. The defense is gonna be nasty. it's still talent there, especially up front. That D line is pretty stout. South Carolina's got a nice defensive front too. But I just don't think they got quite enough firepower. I think they
got
keep
good
it
defensive line,
interesting.
defense.
And then I like A&M too. They switched quarterbacks.
That young boy had a shit cooking, didn't he?
Yeah, it looked like he might have the sauce. So give me A&M to cover and take care of South Carolina pretty convincingly. All right, then we got the biggest cocktail party in the world. Florida versus Georgia. That's going to be in Jacksonville, obviously, always is. Georgia going to be regarded as home this year. Number 2 in the nation. They are 16.5-point favorites over Florida. There's really more of a spread game. Neither one of us think Florida going to win this shit.
They cover the spread too, man. Kirby going to eat that freshman for lunch, man.
Yeah.
No homo. What I saw them boys do against Texas, like I'm telling you, man, I don't know. We'll see. But what I saw them boys do against Texas, and Billy, he not mulling. Mullen had them boys ready to play for this game and actually compete in this game, man. I don't think Billy. I don't see it.
Yeah, I think Georgia's starting to look like Georgia, like you said. That defense and that Texas game, I was like, oh, okay, now this is the Georgia defense I'm accustomed to. Yeah, that it ain't no mercy, it ain't no yards, it ain't none of this. It's nothing to eat out here. So the covers are bare, and they didn't give up much at all. And I thought, something didn't look right, but again, they kind of rounded into shape, and definitely a team don't nobody want to see coming down this stretch. They, as they get ready for the playoffs itself. Yeah, give me Georgia to cover big. I think it might be another embarrassing Florida loss, maybe the one that really, really gets the fan base. I'm tired of losing to Georgia. Yeah, you're going to lose one more time. This shit is over with, and they're going to bust y'all brain. God bless them.
Yeah, no
way. And we got 2 more left. Got number 20 SMU hosting number 18 Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh getting a little disrespected by the AP too, man. This is why I don't like preseason rankings to an extent. Like, you can't do nothing but win the games in front of you. 7-0 is still powerful. I know the ACC don't get all of the, the accolades the rest of them, but I think they could be creeped up at least another 6 spots. Yeah. Well, I mean, right. And then we'll see what you had this year too is like NC State took some steps back where people thought they were going to be a program that would be at the top of the ACC. They kind of slid back a little bit. So, but as SMU stepped up. So. ACC is ended not really bad. Might have lost me for 2. I'm back. I don't see you though, CJ. Okay, there you go.
My apologies, bro.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah,
who you got in that one? SMU and Pitt.
Give me red, man. I like what last year's done with those guys, man. I like it. Pittsburgh, we're gonna see, man. If y'all, this is y'all chance, really. You like I said, begin disrespect. We talk about the AP poll and all that type of deal. This is a chance to actually show, like, you belong in this conversation. You do that, you win this game. It'll be a lot more attention on you guys. I'm gonna go with SMU.
Yeah, I like Pitt. I'm a big Narduzzi fan. I think he's a guy that is kind of surprising to me. He's been at Pitt as long as he has because I think he's done a lot with not so much as the resources, the talent in other schools.
Man. Good program, develop guys, gets players drafted.
Yeah, take that. Better go on down to Florida. Better call them about it though. They too proud. They think they're gonna get Urban Meyer back. Right. I'm gonna take Pitt, man. I think Pitt gonna end up keeping it going, keeping it interesting. They're gonna beat Miami B squad in a close one. I'm gonna take Pitt to actually upset in this case since they are technically underdogs. and go 8-0 and make it interesting as we continue to move down the stretch. Because you got to keep in mind this year the ACC don't have the division, so
top two teams.
It's top two teams. Yeah, so we'll see how it all ends up shaking out. But hey, Pittsburgh gonna keep it interesting, man. And then the last one on the slate, big dogs of the week. We got number 4.
Don't you think it's crazy? They made it just before we get it. They made Atlantic and a Coastal. Put Miami in a Coastal, thinking this would be like an FSU type of Miami type of
2 games a year at least. Yeah. That was the whole idea. We were supposed to play twice a year.
People thought it'd been a big time move, man.
And but that's on us.
But yeah, it is. But we a little bit on FSU in certain parts too. But we was there for the most part. But even though if you look at it prior though, it was a genius damn move by the ACC, and then you bring in Virginia Tech and Pittsburgh or something. But nonetheless, the game of the week is a 12 o'clock noon, man. I hate when Big Ten do that shit. But it's
always right early in the day. Keep it prime time, man. It's funner that way. But Penn State is hosting Ohio State. The finesse god is in the building.
Big Franklin, baby.
Getting them checks.
Big Franklin. Always keep a job, Frank.
And get the extension. You're going to get that bread if it's out there to be had.
Let it be a coach room around that bitch. Ooh.
What? Oh, Florida about to come over too?
Right.
Oh, man.
Ooh, I'm telling you.
They're going to $3 more million.
Room around that motherfucker. My dog going to rack up.
Yes, sir. You got to know what time it is.
Right. That boy Agent earned that 3%, I promise you.
Every time. But, I can't believe in him, man. I just can't. You got to show me.
I was about to say the same thing. Until the motherfuckers do it, bro.
Until you do it, give me Ohio State, man. I think Ohio State going to go and pull up in their trap, take it over, man. Shout out to who that? Kirk Cousins. We come in your trap. No cap. We fight. No cap. We come in your trap. Take over your. Kirk, don't do that no more.
Motherfucker been in Atlanta 4 months.
Kurt, don't do that no more, brother. It don't come off naturally.
Right, it don't, man.
It wasn't for you. It's cool.
Just lead us in your own way, bro, brother.
Yeah, exactly, man. Be you. You got Jameis Winston do? Just be
right.
Jameis is Jameis Winston every single time. And this guy,
no faking.
Hey, hate him or love him, he's an authentic guy. This is the same dude every time, man. And I knew Lou was gonna get him when he talked about Deshaun going down.
Lou made a skit. I got to check.
Lou got him. I knew Lou Young got him.
Hey, shout out to Lou Young, man.
He's talking leaves when the man gets hurt. Lou gave him hell, man. But give me Ohio State, man. I got to see him actually pull it off.
Do it. Right, they got to do it, man. I don't believe in Franklin until you do it. Give me Ohio State for this one.
It should be a good one, though. It'd probably be a fun game. Let's see if you can pull it off.
He got dubbed against USC, but this is a different animal.
Yeah, USC trash, man. They're gonna be getting rid of Lincoln soon too.
Right, this the big boy.
They've been underachieving for what they done spend and brought in some of these top flight guys. Went in the portal and got all these defensive linemen.
Where he was at, man. He was just scared of fucking SEC. Yeah. I'm not understanding why. Like, you getting the top quarterbacks. Oklahoma got hell of resources they're invested. You're gonna get more money with the SEC. Your offense is great, but you a good fucking defensive coordinator at Oklahoma. You compete with any damn body. Really, his biggest issue at Oklahoma was defense and holding on to Grinch too damn long. But you at Oklahoma, you can hire you a dog-ass defensive coordinator to pay him a king's ransom, and you can really be legit in the SEC with Lincoln Riley, with all them Heisman quarterbacks he had coming in first-round picks. That shit was a fucking factory at one point in time.
Absolutely. And then
to lead that.
The last laugh was on him because the Pac-12 dissolved once he got there. And
now he in the Big Ten. Now that shit a bloodbath there too.
Oh, shit. I just had to be Oregon. That was my whole goal. Get in, I'll be Oregon.
I gotta be Oregon, Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, etc.
Yeah, never mind. This ain't the plan I drew up.
Bitch, Indiana good around this bitch now.
Right? That ain't no layup. All right. We're going to give y'all the animal of the week, man, to get out of here. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do it, man. So my animal of the week is and we apologize for, not any visuals for this show. Shouts out to producer Harlan. He had to take care of some things today. But mine is going to be the Florida Panther, a.k.a. the Cougar, aka the mountain lion, aka pretty much it's a set the puma.
Everything.
It's a damn cat.
It just depends on where you live. It's all the
Right.
same cat, but they give it a different name.
Yeah, so you got the puma, mountain lion, Florida panther, and I just missed the cougar. So,
And
but this is
Nittany
the
lion
Florida
probably the same shit. It's just up top in the corner where the Penn
same
State
damn
at.
thing.
Same
It's crazy.
damn looking animal.
Motherfucker got 6, 7 different names. It's the same fucking animal. But it's the largest cat in North America, the Florida panther. But it's crazy. It's only 30 to 50 that's left in Florida. So this species, the Florida species, technically, is close to being damn extinct.
Wow.
They live to be 12 to 50, 10 to 12 years, excuse me. They're really good athletes, really good athletes. They can jump 15 feet in the air vertically, just catch right athletes in general, right? So very athletic cats, 15 feet vertically and 45 feet horizontally, which is fucking crazy. Uh, they can run about 35 pounds and they eat pretty much whatever they want, but it's more so like deer, rabbits, that type of deal. Catch a human slipping there, you never know. Alligators. So people saying there's been no reported deaths. So check this out. There's been no reported deaths of Florida Panthers in the history, right?
Mm.
So if a motherfucker die by a damn Florida Panther, who gonna be there to report that shit, right?
You'll never find them.
There's no reported deaths of such and
Yeah,
such
no
animal.
reported deaths. That boy
Right.
got him.
Who the fuck gonna tell? Who the fuck gonna say? Hey, bro, man, that damn Panther got me, dog. Hey, caught me slipping. You know what I'm saying?
Keep it on the top. Remember that dude killed the little one? Like he killed a small mountain lion. I forget where it was, man. And it showed him. It tore him up good too. But it was like a juvenile, man. I was like, but he killed him with his bare hands. Like, hey, that juvenile got a knot. Hey, took a piece out of his ass, Jack. He did end up killing him with his bare hands, but little fella put some work on him.
Oh yeah, they tough, man. So imagine a dope that could get about 120 pounds.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, it's crazy. So their roar or scream, whatever, is so fucking unique. Like that shit it'll scare the shit out your ass, man. Like I wish you could play the damn sound. It's like a high pitched woman scream. Like it's it's crazy, but it's like something you hear in a damn horror movie.
Right.
It's really unique. So long story short, these animals are pretty much a lot of people say they're like native in the Everglades, right? In my area, I got a lot of fucking animals. I'll be in my back porch chilling. I just hear a lot of shit at night, just howling, coyotes, all of the above. About 2 weeks before, I'm on one of the nature pages on Twitter, and I heard the rarity of the Florida Panther, mountain lion, just the cougar, that cat's scream, right? I'm on my porch and I hear that shit. I'm like, hold up. This shit is very fucking different, man. So I did it again. Like, hold up, man. Like, I go in the timeline, man. I think I just heard a Florida Panther, in my damn backyard, like in my area. And mind you, it's a forest right beside my neighborhood. Pretty much like half a mile from my neighborhood. It's a state forest around this bitch. That's what most of all those bears that come through that be in my backyard and shit, they come from the state forest.
Oh, okay.
So people's like, man, nah, man, they native of South Florida and all that type of deal, man. It's rare that they be up in that area. But probably about a month ago, on a Tallahassee Facebook page, it was out in the park somewhere. Someone called a picture of one, and they was like, "Oh my god, this is so damn rare." It's actually a picture of a damn Florida Panther, lurking in their backyard or whatever, man. So they kind of put some legs in my theory, and I really think I heard a damn Florida Panther.
You hope it was that and not some woman getting murdered. So we pray that it was a panther.
Should check the news the next damn day and make sure what wild shit that was reported. That's my
correction, guys. I heard a murder.
Yeah, it was a murder about 2 blocks from me. It was reported on the news. Damn. That's what happened in the week, man. Florida Panther, man. It's crazy. It's only 30 to 50 of these left within Florida. So let's try to protect our wildlife, man.
Yeah, I didn't know it was that bad. That is bad. All right, I'm real quick, man. I did the Black Mamba, man. Rest in peace, Kobe. I know some people, knew that name from Kobe, but I don't know if they was actually familiar with the animal. So just it's a viper out in Africa. This is widely considered to be the most poisonous snake out there. Now, there is a bit of a bit of a misconception with them that they're like aggressive towards humans. That's a little bit off. It's not that they're aggressive. It's just that the moment they do feel like it's up, they don't have a lot of back down in them. Yeah, at that point, they're gonna come on at you. These guys will raise up and try to look in your eyes. They can get up to, I think the longest one on record is, I believe, around 14 feet long. So they're talking about a very long, they're a slender built, snake. They eat mostly like smaller things, rodents, stuff like that. They're not a huge snake as far as like diameter. But a couple of facts, they actually are brown. A lot of people think that they're going to be looking at a black snake. The black part is the inside of the mouth, right? Yeah, the inside of the mouth is like all blacked out. So that's why, that is the name of them. They call it bite the kiss of death because you don't have a lot of time. If you get bit by a black mamba, you got to get to a hospital extremely quick. They're credited for about, I think I saw 20,000 deaths a year. So, I mean, yeah, it's just not something you want to come across. Luckily, we don't have them here. But if you're in Africa and you out there in the bush or something, you mess around and spook one, scare one, and you get bit. If you ain't 20, 30 minutes away from a hospital, man, that's why it's the kiss of death because that's it for you more than likely, man. You're probably not going to make it. Yeah. RIP to you. They're one of the fastest snakes as well. A human can outrun them, but they can outrun, like, let's say, like a Komodo. And y'all seen a Komodo get out there and boogie a little bit. And we showed y'all those videos not that long ago. Komodo can scoot, man. The mama can actually, they can slither faster than that animal itself. So, a fast enough human can get away from them in the right circumstances and whatnot. But again, if you scare them, if they think it's up, you got a situation on your hand. And you better haul ass. You're not trying to tangle with something called the Black Death and the Kiss of Death. The females actually lay quite a bit of eggs. They lay like 20 eggs, and especially it's kind of funny because it's a pretty small snake. You wouldn't see them holding that many at a time. But they have huge clutches. They nowhere near like extinct or they and there's a lot of mystery too. That's the other thing about them. There's a lot of mystery on like how they live in the wild because nobody want to study them. So it's like I'm staying the hell away from that shit. Like if you look to find out how long they live in the wild, they like, can't tell you, brother. I can't tell. In captivity, they live up to about a dozen years. So that would tell you in the wild they probably don't, which is probably why they have so many eggs. They don't have quite as long a lifespan. But a baby mamba is actually enough right after hatching. Has enough venom to go ahead and kill, a small human being right off the rip. And that's pretty much fresh out the egg. If they get a hold of you again, chances are you up out of there. Damn dogs out here going crazy. But man, got too much shit in here. Got a girlfriend. Get all kinds of shit. 2 dogs. And the neighbor dog out there making noise. Yeah. Yeah, you never see them. They're not supposed to make on-camera appearances, but yeah, just a couple of quick facts, man. Why Kobe kind of got that nickname. Why I was associated with him. It's that killing instinct. It's that that deadly nature. Again, RIP Kobe, but that's why he was nicknamed after that particular animal right there, man.
Real dope, real dope. All right, guys, I was going to kind of conclude our show. We like to wrap it up with some animal facts or our animal of the week. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. We'll be back next week to kind of recap the Battle of the Carolinas. Again, hit that subscribe button. We'll jump back next week. I think FSU has, we going over to Notre Dame. Following. Right.
Hey, listen, 1 week at a time. Want to know this week. That's got to be the energy. Want to know this week.
Don't let Matt Brown, Mike.
Don't let Matt.
Mike. Don't let Matt get you, dog. Don't let Matt get you. I promise you. That shit
y'all can't like them either because they like to show out when they win. I remember that dude running all down y'all field, tomahawk chopping. They don't know how to act in North Carolina.
Them motherfuckers, they ran bunches. Man, make sure you guys like, subscribe. Appreciate you joining.
All right, man. I'll be easy.